Okay, so I got my quad fixed. It's a 2008, so it's a little dated, but man, it runs pretty good most of the time. It stopped a month or two back, and the guy came out to the house, which is great. You know, they do house visits, and he figured out it was the carburetor, so I ordered a new one for 50 bucks. And then he came out to the house and fixed it, did a tune-up on it, and he charged me 50 bucks. So I got a quad that's running pretty good right now. I am on my way to Whale Hill. Been there before. Maybe you haven't seen it, maybe you'll enjoy it. So let's give it a shot. Thelma and Louise moment. Oh yeah, there's a nice breeze up here. You know, for the most part, I absolutely love living here. I had a stressful job for the major portion of my life. Sometimes it still haunts me, some of the things that I've seen and had to do. But for the most part, I have absolutely zero stress. I wake up in the morning with not a worry in the world. I have no worries. And I would tell anyone that is considering running to a different life, and I don't mean running away from a different life, but running to Mexico, at least where I'm at, is a perfect choice. And really, the one thing that you need is courage.
Courage. What makes a king out of a slave? Courage. What makes the flag on the mast to wave? Courage. What makes the elephant charge his tusk in the misty mist or the dusky dusk? What makes the muskrat guard his musk? Courage. What makes the sphinx the seventh wonder? Courage. What makes the dawn come up like thunder? Courage. What makes the Hottentot so hot? What puts the ape in apricot? What do they got that I ain't got? Courage.
That's right. Courage. Just to get out of your safe place, you know, just to get out of your lazy boy, just to, you know, have a little bit of courage to get out of the norm and go do something, have an adventure. And you'll find out that it's really not unlike living anywhere else. There's a term called a hedonic adaptation. You can look that up. I'll put it in the notes for you. Basically, a hedonic adaptation is your brain gets used to things, gets used to relationships, gets used to living someplace, gets used to everything. They say the relationship end of things, that people kind of peak out at 2 years, and then it sort of comes back down to where you were before the relationship, whether that was a good place or a bad place, and there you go. The same is true for expats or people that go to different locations. That wears out in about 5 years, I think the statistics were. So if you think that running to Thailand, Philippines, Mexico, wherever is going to be the end game, maybe it is. But hedonic adaptation would suggest that within a period of time, this is going to become old too. Now, what you're looking at is a pretty nice view. Could be anywhere in the world, really. It's 2 blocks from my house, and I have to tell you, it's pretty rare that I come up here. There's another beach down the street that's a little bit closer. I hardly go there either. You know, 365 days a year you have a chance to go to the beach, and it loses its appeal. One of the things I don't like so much about Rocky Point, probably a great deal of Mexico actually, is in the summertime, the humidity is pretty oppressive. And today was the first time I came out of the house onto the patio and my glasses fogged up. Yeah, it's that kind. If you've ever lived in the Southwest, like New Orleans, Houston, where in the summertime it's hot, humid, and muggy, well, this is it. And what's the answer to that? Well, you get used to it. When I lived in Houston, what we were faced with doing was carrying our dress shirts out to the car with us and going to work and then putting the dress shirt on there because it's going to be soaked by the time you get there. But of course, when it's really hot, you go in where the air conditioner is, and that's kind of unfortunate. But as we already know, my electric bill is, what did I say, $30 a month with the air conditioner running 24/7. It's not $300, it's not $400, it's $30. So I can stay comfortable, no big deal. And that's pretty much what everybody does when they live in a hot climate. On or about October 20th, the humidity will go down and we'll have pretty nice weather. It'll get a little chilly in the wintertime, 40s, but I love it. And most people do. That's why they come here. So as you can see, there's some boats, or this one in particular. There are boats like this all over, and you can see some of them in my previous videos. If you like to fish, this is an amazing place to go. I've gone out with my next door neighbor, and I'm not really much of a fisherman, but man, he is. He lives and breathes it. And the day we went out, man, it was pull one in right after another. I don't know how many we got, maybe 40 or 50 triggerfish, rock bass. I don't even know what all kind, but there was a lot, and it was fun. And there's no lack of boats out here that you can go out for a half a day or a day, and these guys know what they're doing. They know exactly where to go to take you to have a pretty enjoyable time. And so another thing I want to tell you about Mexico that I love. Last year, I think it was, I don't even know when, but it was my last trip up to Arizona, and my coolant system just completely crapped out. My Mexican car is, you know, it's one that I could throw away if I wanted to. Because like I said earlier, man, people don't have insurance down here. Anyway, when I was up in the United States, the radiator, the water pump, and the thermostat all crapped out. I had AAA, and this is not a condemnation, but it's certainly a question that I have about AAA. When I called them to come and get me, and there's a mechanic that I had up in Tempe that I trusted, and that's who I would have taken the car to. And when I called AAA, they told me, well, it'll be 4 hours before we can get a truck out there to you. 4 hours. But then within 5 minutes, they said, but you know what? We can tow you to one of our AAA garages. They'll be there in 5 minutes. And so, of course, I said, yeah, come and get me and take me to the AAA garage. And they were there in 5 minutes. And you know, I left the car there overnight and came back the next day. It was $1,000 to replace the radiator and the coolants and all that. I didn't do anything else because I thought the price was astronomical. And I questioned, what kind of scam is this? It seems criminal that you want to make me wait 4 hours to take me to a garage that's not affiliated with AAA, or I can wait 5 minutes to go to one of your AAA garages and pay, you know, I don't know if it's a premium price. $1,000 is probably fair. It's a new radiator, it works fine. But I find that just a little suspect. Anywho, when I got it back down to Rocky Point, the water pump completely froze up. So I think I bought one from Amazon and had it shipped down, and I took it to the mechanic and he replaced the water pump and the thermostat for probably 60 bucks. I don't even know. So what was it, $100 repair for a water pump and a thermostat? Works fine. Then the air conditioner compressor crapped out, and so I bought one again off of, I don't know, either eBay or Amazon, I don't know which, and it was probably anywhere between $30 and $50. I don't know, honestly. And I took it to my mechanic, and they put it in, I think, for 35 bucks. I don't remember. The funny thing about it is that I just kind of put it out of sight, out of mind, and I told my buddy Jose, man, we need to get this thing over to the AC shop so they can get it up and running and fine. And so I turned the air conditioner on. It was working fine. It was cooling everything. But we took it to the AC guy anyway, and he recharged it, put a new filter in, did some stuff. I don't even know what the hell it was. And then he charged me 60 bucks for all that, which I'm pleased about. I've got a functioning air conditioner in my car, which is really needed right now. I mean, honestly, I could live without it. So many people do. But I guess the moral of the story is that, you know, not only do you need to have a little courage down here, it's a great idea to make friends, as many as you can, but especially someone like Jose, who's been in the area his entire life, and he knows who's good, who's not good, who you should go to, where you should go to get problems resolved. And that's been really, really a lifesaver for me. It makes my life a whole lot easier.
keep in mind, crazy old gringo is not interesting enough to be an influencer.